do, Miss Dodd? Nice of you to come. Please sit down. That's right. Well, now I've been looking at your references. They appear to be excellent. You've had quite a lot of experience.
Yes, sir.
Not in my line, of course. We manufacture sanitary ware, but I suppose you know that.
Oh, of course I do, Mr. Disson.
Oh, you've heard of us then, have you?
Yes.
Well, do you think you'd be interested in this area of work?
Oh, certainly, sir. Yes, I think I would.
We're the most advanced sanitary engineers in the country. I think I can say that quite confidently.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, yes. We manufacture more bidets than anyone else in England. It's almost by way of being a mission. Cantilever units, hidden cisterns, foot pedals, you know, things like that.
Foot pedals?
Instead of a chain or handle, a foot pedal.
Oh, how marvelous.
They're becoming more popular every day, and rightly so. Well, now, this post is, in fact, that of my personal assistant. Did you understand that? A very private secretary, in fact. And a great deal of responsibility would undoubtedly devolve upon you. Would you feel yourself capable of discharging it?
Once I'd correlated all the fundamental features of the work, sir, yes, I think I would.
All the fundamental features, yes, good. I see you left your last job quite suddenly. May I know the reason?
Well, it's a little embarrassing, Mr. Disson.
Oh, really? Well, I think I should know, don't you? Come along, you can tell me. What was it?
Well, it is rather personal, sir.
Yes, but I think I should know, don't you?
Well, it's simply that I couldn't persuade my chief to call a halt to his attentions.
What? A firm of this repute? It's unbelievable.
I'm afraid it's true, sir.
What sort of attentions?
Oh, I don't...
What sort?
Well, he never stopped touching me, Mr. Disson, that's all.
Touching you?
Yes.
Where? That must have been very disturbing for you.
Well, quite frankly, it is disturbing to be touched all the time.
You mean at every opportunity?
Yes.
Did you cry?
Cry?
Did he make you cry?
Oh, just a little, occasionally, sir.
What a monster. Well, I do sympathize.
Thank you, sir.
One would have thought this tampering, this interfering with secretaries was a thing of the past. A myth, in fact. Something you only read about in paperback books. Anyway, be that as it may, your credentials are excellent. And you seem to possess an active and inquiring intelligence and a pleasing demeanor, two attributes I consider necessary for this post. I'd like you to start immediately.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Disson.
Not at all. Now, this will be your desk.
Oh.
There are a few personal arrangements I'd like you to check after lunch. I'm getting married tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations, sir.
Thanks. Yes, it's been quite a good week for me. What with one thing and another. Hello. Oh, Disley, how are you? What? Oh, goodness me, don't say that.
This is my brother, Willie.
I'm very glad to meet you.
And are you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here you are, Robert.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Till tomorrow.
Yes. I'm afraid we've run into a bit of trouble.
Oh, why?
I've lost my best man.
Oh, no.
My oldest friend, a man called Disley. Gastric flu. Can't make it tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
He was going to give a speech in my honor at the reception. A superb speech. I read it. Now he can't make it.
Isn't there anyone else you know?
Yes, of course. Oh, but not like him, you see. I mean, he was the natural choice.
Oh, how infuriating.
Well, look, I can be your best man if you like.
Well, how can you, Willie? You're giving me away.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, the best man's not important. You can always get a best man. All he's got to do is stand there. It's the speech, you see. The speech in honor of the groom. Who's going to make the speech?
Well, I can make the speech, if you like.
Yeah, but how can you make a speech in honor of the groom if you're making one in honor of the bride?
Does that matter?
No, why does it?
Yes, but look. I mean, thanks very much. But the fact is, you don't know me, do you? I mean, we've only just met. Disley knows me well. That's the thing, you see. His speech centered around our long-standing friendship. I mean, what he knew of my character.
Yes, of course. No, all I'm saying is that I'm willing to have a crack at it if there's no other solution. Willing to come to the aid of the party, as it were.
Well, he is a wonderful speaker, Robert.
I remember the days my sister and I used to swim together in the lake at Sunderley. The grace of her crawl even then as a young girl. I can remember those long summer evenings at Sunderley, my mother and I crossing the lawn towards the terrace and through the great windows hearing my sister play Brahms, the delicacy of her touch. My mother and I would, upon entering the music room, gaze in silence at Diana's long fingers moving in exquisite motion over the keys. As for our father knew no pleasure keener than watching his daughter at her needlework. A man whose business was the States, a man eternally active, his one great solace from the busy world would be to sit for hours on end at a time watching his beloved daughter ply her needle. Diana, my sister, was the dear grace of our household, the flower, the blossom, and the bloom. One can only say to the groom, "Groom, your fortune is immeasurable." Yeah. To Diana. Diana.
My lords, reverend gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for Mr. William Pierpoint Torrance, who will propose a toast in honor of the groom.
I've not known Robert for a long time. In fact, I've known him for only a very short time. But in that time, I have found him to be a man of integrity, honesty, and humility. After a modest beginning, he has built his business up into one of the proudest and most vigorous in the land, and this almost alone. Now he has married a girl who equals, if not surpasses, his own austere standards of integrity. He has married my sister, who possesses within her that rare and uncommon attribute known as inner beauty, not to mention the loveliness of her exterior. Par excellence as a woman with a needle, beyond excellence as a woman of taste, discernment, sensibility, and imagination. An excellent swimmer who in all probability has the beating of her husband in the 200 meters breaststroke. It is to our parents that she owes her candor, her elegance of mind, her sensibility. Our parents, who though gone have not passed from us, but are here now on this majestic day to offer you their welcome, the bride their love, and the groom their congratulations. To Robert.
To Robert.
Diana, I want to tell you something.
What?
You've married a good man who will make you happy.
Yes, I know.
Wonderful speeches, wonderful. Listen, what are you doing at the moment?
Nothing much.
How'd you like to come in with me for a minute? See how you like it, how you get on. Be my second in command. Office of your own, plenty of room for initiative.
My lord. Yes. I'll say yes at once.
Good. My lords, reverend gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the groom. This is the happiest day of my life. Are you happy?
Yes,
Very happy.
yes.
Have you ever been happier with any other man?
Never.
I make you happy, don't I? Happier than you've ever been with any other man.
Yes. You do? Yes.
Your eyes are shining. They're shining. They've been shining for weeks.
My eyes? Have they?
Every morning. I'm glad you didn't marry that Jerry, whatever his name was.
Oh, him.
Why didn't you?
He was weak.
I'm not weak.
No.
Am I?
You're strong.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Would you like eggs?
No, thanks.
John?
John,
What?
don't say what.
What shall I say?
Would you like eggs?
Oh. No, thanks.
What are you saying? Speak up.
Nothing.
Do you think I'm deaf?
I've never thought about it.
I wasn't speaking to you. I was speaking to John.
Me? Sorry, sir.
Now, don't be silly. You've never called me sir before. That's a daft way of addressing your father.
Uncle Willie called his father, sir. He told me.
Yes, well, you don't call me sir. Do you understand? Here you are, Willie. This'll be your office. How do you like it?
First rate.
These two offices are completely cut off from the rest of the staff. They're all on the lower floors. Our only contact is by intercom, unless I need to see someone personally, which is rare. Equally, I dislike fraternization between these two offices. We shall meet only by strict arrangement. Otherwise, we'll never get any work done. That suit you?
Perfect.
There was a man in here, but I got rid of him. I think I should explain to you the sort of man I am. I'm a thorough man. I like things to be done and done well. I don't like dithering, I don't like indulgence, I don't like self-doubt. I don't like fuzziness. I like clarity, clear intention, precise execution. Black or white?
White, please.
But I have no patience with conceit and self-regard. A man's job is to assess his powers coolly and correctly, and equally the powers of others. Having done this, he can proceed to establish a balanced and reasonable relationship with his fellows. In my view, living is a matter of active and willing participation. Sugar?
2, please.
Now, dependence isn't a word I would use lightly, but I will use it, and I don't regard it as a weakness. To understand the meaning of the term dependence is to understand that our powers are limited, and that to live with others is not only sensible, but the only way in which work can be done and dignity achieved. There is nothing more sterile and lamentable than the man content to live within himself. I've always made it my business to be on the most direct possible terms with the members of my staff and the body of my business associates. And by my example, opinions may be declared freely without shame or deception. It seems to me essential that we cultivate the ability to operate lucidly upon our problems and therefore be in a position to solve them. That's why your sister loves me. I don't play about at the periphery of matters. I go right to the center. I believe life can be conducted efficiently. I never waste my energies on any kind of timorous expectation. Neither do I ask to be loved. I expect only to be given what I've worked for. If you make a plum pudding, what do you do with it? You don't shove it up on a shelf. You stick a knife into it and eat it. Everything has a function. In other words, if we're to work together, we must appreciate that interdependence is the key word, and that it's your job to understand me and mine to understand you. Agreed?
Absolutely.
Now, the first thing you'll want's a secretary. We'll get on to it at once.
Can I suggest someone? I know she's very keen, and I'd say very competent.
Who?
My sister.
Your sister? You mean my wife?
She told me she'd love to do it.
She hasn't told me.
She's shy.
But she doesn't need to work. Why should she want to work?
To be closer to you?
Does not want to be disturbed until 3:30.
Do you miss your mother?
We didn't know her very well. We were very young when she died.
Your father's looked after you and brought you up very well.
Oh, thank you. He'd be pleased to hear that.
Oh, I've already told him.
What did he say?
He was very pleased, I thought so. You mean a great deal to him.
Children seem to mean a great deal to their parents, I've noticed. Though I've often wondered what a great deal means. I've often wondered what means.
Aren't you proud of your father's achievements?
We are. I should say we are.
And now that your father is married again, has the change in your life affected you very much?
What change?
Well, living with me.
Ah. Well, I definitely think there's an adjustment to be made there. Wouldn't you say that, Tom?
Yes, well, of course there is, but would you say it was an easy adjustment to make or a difficult?
Well, it really all depends on how good you are at making adjustments. We're very good at making adjustments, aren't we, Tom?
Hello.
Isn't it a beautiful day, Mr. Disson?
Close the curtains. Got your notebook?
Yes, sir.
Sit down. To Warwick and Sons. We acknowledge receipt of your letter of the 21st inst. There should be no difficulty in meeting your requirements. What's the matter?
Sir?
Are you wriggling?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Is it the chair?
It might be.
Too hard, I expect. A little hard for you. Is that it?
A little.
Sit on the desk.
The desk?
On the leather. It'll be softer for you.
Well, that will be nice. I think it's a little high to get up on.
Of course it isn't. Go on, get up. You couldn't call that high.
I think I shall have to put my feet on the chair to hoist myself up.
You can hoist yourself up without using your feet.
Well, I...
Look, get up or stay down, one thing or the other. Make up your mind. I want to get on with my letter to Birmingham.
I was just wondering if you'd mind if I put my high-heeled shoes on your chair to help me get up.
I don't mind.
But I'm worried in case my heels scratch the surface. They're rather high, these heels.
Are they? Well, try it anyway. You won't scratch the surface.
There should be no difficulty in meeting your requirements.
Good shot. Good shot, Dad. 13-18.
Your backhand's in form, Robert.
Attack his forehand.
Play?
Shot. 14-18.
You serve 2 balls, old chap.
2 balls?
You sent down 2 balls.
No, only 1.
2.
1, Dad.
What?
1.
Look. One ball. Catch. There's nothing wrong with your eyes, old boy.
Nothing.
They're in first-rate condition, truly.
That's funny.
I go as far as to say that your sight was perfect. Now, check the bottom line. What is it?
ENLPOHFA.
Perfect.
Yes, I know that.
Now, what are you worried about?
It's not that.
Colour? You confuse colours? Now look at me. What colour am I?
Colourless.
Yeah, very funny. What distinguishing marks can you see about me?
2.
What?
You have one grey stripe in your hair, quite faint.
Good. What's the other?
You have a brown stain on your left cheek.
Brown stain. Can you see that? I didn't realise it was so evident.
Oh, of course it's evident. Stains your face.
Yes, but don't go on about it, old boy. I just didn't realise it was so evident, that's all. Nobody's ever noticed it before.
Not even your wife?
What? Oh, yes, she has. Well, anyway, I'd say that your eyes were sharp enough. Now, what's the colour of those lampshades?
They're dark blue drums. Each has a golden rim. The carpet's Indian.
That's not a colour.
Well, it's white. Over there by the cabinet, there's a deep black burn.
A burn? Where? Ah, you mean that shadow?
It's not a shadow, it's a burn.
Well, so it is. Now, how the hell did that happen?
Listen, I never said I couldn't see. You don't understand. Most of the time, my eyesight's excellent. It always has been. But it's become unreliable. It's become erratic. Sometimes, quite suddenly, very occasionally, something happens. Something goes wrong with my eyes.
I can find no evidence that your sight is in any way deficient.
You don't understand.
I'm just going out. Wanted to say hello to you before I go.
Hello, Louis.
Well, you've been in here for ages. But don't tell me you need glasses.
His eyes are perfect.
Oh, they look it.
What a lovely dress you're wearing.
Do you like it? Really?
Of course I like it.
You must see if the birds are still there. Yes, they are. They're all of the birds are. Oh, look at them. They're so happy. They love my bath. They do really. They love it. They make me so happy, my birds. And they seem to know instinctively that I adore them. They do really.
I'd say she was a real find.
Oh, she's of inestimable value to the firm, wouldn't you say, Robert?
Oh, yes.
I mean, for someone who's not actually part of us, I mean an outsider, to give such devotion and willingness to the job as she does, well, it's remarkable. We were very lucky to find her.
I found her, actually.
You found me too, old boy.
Yes, and me. She's, of course, so completely trustworthy. And so very persuasive on the telephone. You know, I've heard her when the door's been open, once or twice.
Oh, splendid girl all round.
She's not so bloody marvellous. Well, she's all right, she's all right. She's not so bloody marvellous.
Well, perhaps not quite as accomplished as I am, no. Do you think I make a good private secretary, Willie?
First rate.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to work.
Me? Oh, why not? I love it.
I never see you. If you were home, I could take an occasional afternoon off. But to see you, as it is, I never see you. In daytime?
You mean I'm so near and yet so far?
Yes.
Would you like me to be your secretary?
Oh, of course not. That wouldn't work at all.
But we do all meet at lunchtime. We meet in the evenings.
But I like working. And you wouldn't want me to work for someone else, would you? Somewhere else.
I certainly wouldn't. You know what Wendy told me, don't you?
What?
She told me her last employer was always touching her.
No.
Always. Touching her.
Her body, you mean?
What else?
Well, if we're to take it that sort of thing's general practice, I think it's safer to stay in the family, don't you? Mind you, they might not want to touch me in the same way that they wanted to touch her. But, Robert, you must understand that I not only want to be your wife, but also your employee. I'm not embarrassing you, am I, Willie?
No, of course
You see,
not.
by being your employee, I can help to further your interests. Our interests. Because that's what I want to do. And so does Willie, don't you?
You're late.
You were sitting in my chair, Mr. Disson.
I said you're late.
I'm not at all. I'm hurt.
Why?
I've put on my new dress.
When did you put it on?
This morning,
Where?
in my flat.
Which room?
In the hall, actually. I have a long mirror in the hall. Do you like it?
Yes. Very nice. Hold it firmly. You're not holding it firmly. Use pressure. Grip it.
A clamp would be better.
Clamp. I want you boys to learn to concentrate your physical energies to do something useful.
What's it going to be, Dad?
You'll find out. Give me the saw.
Me?
Give it to me. What are you doing?
He's holding that piece of wood.
Well, stop it. I've finished this. Look at the point now.
If you put some lead in there, you can make a pencil out of it.
They think you're very witty at your school, do they?
Well, some do and some don't, actually, Dad.
You, take the saw.
Me?
I want you to saw it from here.
But I can't saw. What about our homework, Dad? We've got to write an essay on the Middle Ages.
Never mind the Middle Ages.
Never mind the Middle Ages.
Give it to me. Now, from here.
You said from here.
No, from here.
I could have sworn you said from there.
Go to your room. Get out. Do you want to learn anything?
Yes.
Hold it. Now, where did I say I was going to saw it? Hold it still. Don't let it move.
You nearly cut my fingers off.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You didn't hold the wood still. Come here. Tie your chiffon round my eyes. My eyes hurt. I want you to make a call to Newcastle to Mr. Martin. We are still awaiting delivery of goods on invoice 743629. What is the cause for delay?
Could I have Newcastle 23310, please? Thank you. Yes, I'm holding. Mr. Martin, please. Mr. Disson's office. Oh, hello, Mr. Martin. Mr. Disson's office here. Mr. Disson... Oh, you know what it's about. Yes. Oh, yes. The order has been dispatched. Oh, good. Mr. Disson will be glad. Yes, I will. Yes, of course I will. Mr. Martin sends his apologies. The order has been dispatched. Excuse me. Yes?
Oh, Wendy, is Mr. Disson there?
Would you like to speak to him, Mr. Torrance?
No, just asking if I might borrow your services for 5 minutes.
Mr. Torrance would like to know if he could borrow my services for 5 minutes.
What's happened to his own secretary?
Mr. Disson would like to know what has happened to your own secretary.
She's unwell, gone home. Just 5 minutes, that's all.
Be with you in a moment, Mr. Torrance.
Please thank Mr. Disson for me.
Mr. Torrance would like me to thank you for...
I heard.
What game is
Yes,
this?
sir, with reference to your letter of the 16th inst.
Get up. What are you doing?
Requesting...
What are you doing with that
details of
scarf?
the catalogue we sent you.
Get up off the floor. What are you doing?
Looking for something.
What? What are you looking for? Get up!
Don't speak to me like that. How dare you speak to me like that? I'll knock your teeth out. What were you doing there? Thought you'd gone home. What were you doing in there?
I came back.
You were in there with both of them? You were in there with both of them?
Yes. So what?
I was looking for my pencil, which had rolled off my desk. There it is. I found it just before you came in and put it in my pocket. My eyes hurt. I borrowed Wendy's scarf to calm my eyes. Why are you getting so excited? What kind of flat do you have, Wendy?
Quite a small one, Mr. Disson. Quite pleasant.
Not too big for you, then? Too lonely?
Oh, no, it's quite small. Quite cosy.
Bathroom fittings any good?
Adequate. Not up to our standard.
You live there alone, do you?
No, I share with a girlfriend, but she's away quite a lot of the time. She's an air hostess. She wants me to become one too, as a matter of fact.
Listen to me, Wendy. Don't ever dream of becoming an air hostess. Never. The glamour may dazzle from afar, but believe me, it's a mess of a life. A mess of a life. Were you lonely as a child?
No.
Nor was I. Had lots of friends, true friends. They live abroad mostly now, of course. Banana planters, oil engineers, Persian Gulf, Jamaica. But if we were to meet tomorrow, just like that, there'd be no awkwardness, no strangeness at all. We'd carry on where we left off, quite naturally. It's a matter of a core of affection, you see. A core of undying affection.
What was that?
My lighter.
Where is it? Mr. Disson, why did you do that? What is this?
Come on,
What?
tackle me. Get the ball.
What do I tackle you with?
Your feet.
Come on, then.
now.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Come on. Tackle me. Tackle me. Come on and tackle me. Get the ball. Fight for the ball. What is the matter, sir?
Nothing. It's all right. Nothing.
Oh, let me help you.
No, stay. You're very valuable in this office. Good worker. Excellent. If you have any complaints, you just tell me about them. I'll soon put them right. You're a very efficient secretary. Something I've always wanted. Do you have everything you want? Are your working conditions satisfactory?
Perfectly.
Oh, good. Good. Good.
You seem a little subdued lately.
Me? Not at all. I'm reading the life of Napoleon, that's all.
No, I don't mean now. I mean generally. Is there...
I'm not at all subdued, really.
It's our first wedding anniversary on Wednesday. Did you know that?
Of course, how could I forget? We'll go out together in the evening. Just you and I. Alone.
Oh, good.
I'm also giving a small tea party in the office in the afternoon. And my mother and father will be up.
Oh, good.
How have you enjoyed our first year?
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been a most exciting year.
You've been marvellous with the boys.
Yes, they like me.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's been a great boon having you work for the firm.
Oh, I'm glad. I am glad. Be nice to get away to Spain.
You have enough money, haven't you? I mean, you have sufficient to see you through for all you want.
Oh, yes, yes, I have. Thank you.
I'm very proud of you, you know.
I'm proud of you.
Have you written to Corley?
Yes, sir.
And Turnbull?
Yes, sir.
And Overley?
Yes, sir.
A carbon of the Overley letter, please.
I have it here, sir.
Ah, I see you spelt Overley right.
Right?
Well, people tend very often to leave out the first R in his name and call him Everley. You haven't done that.
No, sir.
Just a moment. How did you spell Turnbull? No, don't show me. Just tell me.
T-U-R-N-B-U-L-L.
Quite correct. Quite correct. Now, what about... Where are you? I can't see you.
I'm here, sir.
Where?
You're looking at me, Mr. Disson.
You mean my eyes are open?
I'm here where I was. I haven't moved.
Are my eyes open?
Mr. Disson, really?
Is this you? This I feel.
Yes.
What? All this I can feel.
You're playing one of your games, Mr. Disson. You're being naughty again. You sly old thing.
There's nothing wrong with them.
What then?
Well, I only deal with eyes, old chap. Why do you come to me? Why don't you go to someone else?
Because it's my eyes that are affected.
Now look. Why don't you go to someone else? There's nothing worrying you, is there?
Of course not. I've got everything I want.
You getting a holiday soon?
Going to Spain.
Oh, lucky man.
Look, listen. You're my oldest friend. You were going to be the best man at my wedding.
That's right.
You wrote a marvelous speech in my honor.
Yes.
But you were sick. You had to opt out.
That's right.
Help me!
Who made the speech? Your brother-in-law, wasn't it?
I don't want you to think I'm not a happy man. I am.
What sort of speech did he make?
Tell me about Sunderley.
Sunderley?
Tell me about the place where you two were born, where you played at being brother and sister.
We didn't have to play at being brother and sister. We were brother and sister.
Stop drinking.
Drinking? You call this drinking? Ha! I used to down 11 or 9 pints a night. 11 or 9 pints every night of the stinking week. Me and the boys. The boys and me. I'd break any man's hand for playing me false. That was before I became a skilled craftsman. That was before...
Sunderley was beautiful.
I know.
And now it's gone forever.
I never got there. What are you whispering about? Think I don't hear? Do you think I don't see? I've got my memories too, long before this.
Yes, Sunderley was beautiful.
The lake,
The lake.
the long windows,
From the withdrawing room.
on to the terrace,
Music playing.
on the piano.
The summer nights. The wild swans.
What swans? What bloody swans?
The owls.
Negroes at the gate, under the trees.
No Negroes.
Why not?
We had no Negroes.
Why in God's name not?
Just one of those family quirks, Robert.
Robert, come to bed,
You can say that in front of him.
please.
In front of him? Why did you marry me?
I admired you. You were so positive.
You loved me.
You were kind.
Love me for that.
I found you admirable in the clarity of your mind, the surety of your purpose, your will, the strength your achievements had given you.
And you adored me for it.
Can I have a private word with you?
You adored me for it.
You know I did.
Can I have a private word with you, old chap? Please.
Mind how you tread, Bill. Mind how you tread, old Bill. Old boy. Old Bill.
Listen, I've been wondering, is there anything on your mind?
My mind? Of course not.
You're not dissatisfied with my work or anything?
Quite the contrary. Absolutely the contrary.
Oh, good. I like the work very much. Try to do my best.
Listen, I want you to be my partner. Hear me? I want you to share full responsibility with me.
Do you really?
Certainly.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything.
Come here, old chap.
Yeah.
Very important lunch, this. But I think we'll swing it. Don't you, Robert? Great prospects in store.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Disson.
Hello, Wendy. Do you like being a secretary?
I do, yes. Do you?
Yes, I do. I understand your last employer touched your body. Rather too much.
Oh, it wasn't a question of too much, Mrs. Disson. One touch was enough for me.
Oh, you left after the first touch.
Not quite the first, no.
Have you ever asked yourself why men will persist in touching women?
No, I've never asked myself that.
No, few women ever do ask themselves that question.
Don't they? I don't know. I've never spoken to any other women on the subject.
You're speaking to me.
Yes. Have you ever asked yourself that, Mrs. Disson?
Never. No. Have lunch with me today. Tell me about yourself.
I'll have lunch with you with pleasure.
Forgotten one of my designs.
Well done, Dad. Good one, Dad. Shot!
Ah!
Have I seen that mirror before?
No, it's new.
I knew I had seen it. Look at it, John. What a beautiful mirror.
Must have cost you a few bob.
Can you see the work on it, John? I bet it must be a few years old, that mirror.
It's a few hundred years old.
I bet it must have cost you a few bob.
It wasn't cheap.
Cheap?
What a beautiful mirror.
Cheap? Did you hear what he said, Dora? He said it wasn't cheap.
I bet it wasn't.
Cheap?
Mrs. Tidy sends you her love.
Who?
Mrs. Tidy. The Tidies.
Oh, yes. How are they?
Still very tidy, aren't they, Dora?
You remember the Tidies?
Of course I remember them. Well, how have you been keeping then?
Oh, your mother's had a few pains. You know, just a few.
Oh,
Only a few, John. I haven't had many pains.
I only said you had a few, not many.
Are the boys looking forward to their holiday?
Yes, they are.
When you going?
I'm not going. Tighter.
There. You look nice.
This chiffon stinks.
Oh, I do apologize. What of? You're very rude to me. But you do look nice. You really do.
It's useless. Ring Disley. Tell him to come here.
But he'll be here at 4 o'clock for your tea party, sir.
I want him here now. I want him now.
Don't you like my chiffon anymore? To put round your eyes? My lovely chiffon. I always feel like kissing you when you've got this on, round your eyes. Did you know that? Because you're all in the dark. I'll put it on. For you. Very gently. No. You mustn't touch me if you're not wearing your chiffon.
I want a tight bandage. Very tight.
Well, anybody could do that for you.
No. You're my eye consultant. You must do it.
All right. Just for half an hour. You don't put it on when your guests arrive, do you? No. This'll keep you in the dark, all right? And also lend pressure to your temples. Is that what you want?
That's it. That's what I want.
There. How's that? You see anything?
How are you, old chap? Bandage on straight? Nice and tight?
Why didn't you make it a cocktail party? Why a tea party of all things?
You couldn't say.
I could do with a cup of tea, John.
Why don't you come to Spain with us?
I think I will.
His eyes are a bit strained, that's all. He's just resting them a little, but don't mention it to him. It'll embarrass him. It's quite all right.
These are good. Yes, I do. What are they?
These look nice.
They do.
You look wonderful, Mrs. Disney. Absolutely wonderful. Doesn't she, Peter?
Marvellous.
What do you think of your grandsons?
They've grown up now, haven't they?
Of course, we knew them when they were that high. Didn't we, Tom?
So did we.
Yes.
Big lads now, aren't they, these two?
Cake, Granny?
Oh, I've had one.
Have two.
I'll have one.
He's had one.
I'll have two.
Here's a cup of tea for you, Mr. Disson. Drink it. It's warm.
You're off to Spain quite soon, aren't you, Diana?
Yes, quite soon.
We'll get those bandages off in a little while, old chap.
Spain's wonderful at this time of the year.
Any time of the year, really.
But I think it's best at this time of the year, don't you?
What sun lotion do you use, Les?
He went in the goal yesterday.
How did you do?
You can get it anywhere. It's perfect.
He made two terrific saves. The first was a fluke.
How do you son, then?
Well, I have to be rather careful.
Second save wasn't a bad save.
How do you son, Wendy?
Oh, not too bad, really.
We go to our little island every year. When we go, I had to leave my poor little Siamese with my mother.
Oh, do you really?
They're almost human, aren't they, Siamese?
I'm sure my Siamese was.
Aren't they, Peter? Almost human.
Wasn't Tiger a human cat, Willie? At Sunderley.
He adored you.
Yes, they really are almost human, aren't they? Siamese.
Well, I'd go like a shot.
What, me go to Spain?
Yes, why not?
Yes, of course you must come. Of course you must come.
Oh, how wonderful.
He's all right. Get him up. Get it up. He must lie down. Now, two hold the chair and two pull him.
Anyone would think he was chained to it. Come out!
Bobby!
This is Diana. Can he hear me? Or can he see me? Robert, can you hear me? Robert, can you see me? It's me. It's me, darling. It's your wife.